Hey guys, my name is Bobby and I am going to do another reading vlog. That was kind of a shitty intro. Sorry about that. I am lacking for content and I am not feeling creative or have any good ideas. So we're gonna vlog for a week. We'll see how this goes. But my reading has started to finally pick back up. I've already finished one book this month, even though it's already, what, the 13th? I think today's the 13th. Is it 13th, the 14th? I don't know what day it is. I know it's Thursday. I just don't know what the date is. But I've only finished one book this month. I haven't listened to anything on audio. I just haven't felt like it. I'm still kind of slumping, but at least I'm reading. I'm currently reading 2 books. I'm enjoying them both, and I'm trying to read at least 50 pages a day. When I posted my October wrap up, and I had a lot of really sweet comments from you guys, and I really appreciate that, you know, telling me it's okay and it's not that big a deal and everybody goes through slumps and stuff like that. And I really appreciate it because I was feeling really shitty and really down on myself because I wasn't really reading that much, and this month I'm not doing much better, but at least I'm reading. I'm reading at least every day. I'm just not reading at the speed that I'm accustomed to, but I'm getting back into reading, and that's what matters, right? So after I posted that, one of my subscribers, Cindy, contacted me on Instagram, and her and I have buddy read before, and she asked me if I wanted to buddy read as a way to try to like jumpstart my reading. And I was like, yeah, sure, because anything helps at this point, and I like buddy reading. It helps keep me motivated and gives me a goal every day. So she was like, well, I'll go through your Goodreads and I'll find one that neither of us have read that we both have. And I said, well, don't look through my want to read, look through my physical TBR, because my want to read has a lot of stuff on there that I want to read but don't own. So she picked a couple and then put them in a random generator, and the winner was The Huntress by Kate Quinn. So we are now, I just did my reading for today. I think I'm on page 253. Yeah. So this is like a 500, almost 600 page book. This is historical fiction. And I'm damn near halfway through, or about halfway through. And it's good. I'm really liking it. It's one that I saw April at Getting Higa With It talk about, but she'd hated it and she DNF'd it. But the premise sounded really good. So when I looked it up on Goodreads and stuff like that, I was like, well, I really want to read this. This is a World War II historical fiction, kind of. I mean, it revolves around World War II, yes, but most of it takes place after the war, like in the early 50s. Very late 40s, early 50s, after the war is over. And it's kind of like the after effects of World War II. So you follow, what is there, 3 perspectives? Yeah, you have 3 perspectives, and the whole point of The Huntress, or what the book is about, is finding this woman called the Huntress, who is a Nazi war criminal from World War II. From reading the stuff in the back, the acknowledgments and the stuff from the author, like note from the author, this character is based on 2 real-life characters in history, and she just kind of combined them together. So she took a little bit from each of their stories and made this character. And she was a Nazi war criminal. She killed people during the war, but she wasn't like a super severe one that like ran a concentration camp or anything like that. She killed 9 children, I believe it was, at her own home on a lake. Like, they were refugees. They stumbled upon her house. She took care of them, fed them for a day, and then took them out back and shot all of them. So, and she was a Nazi, so she's not a good person. And so this book is all about her. So you already know that she exists, and you know where she is in the start of the book, but it's these 3 separate timelines, and the one timeline is already converged with the one, but you have these 3 separate perspectives and how they all surround her. They have a name for her in German, and it translates to The Huntress, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I do not speak German, so I'm not going to butcher that. But it looks like Die Jargon, but I'm sure that's completely wrong way to pronounce it. But it literally translates to The Huntress. So there are people, you have Jordan's perspective, who is like a 19, 20-year-old, I think she's right around 20, 21, girl who lives in Boston. She lives with her dad. Her mother died when she was very young, and she has a boyfriend that, you know, she knows that she's eventually going to marry someday, but she's not really sure if she wants to get married. It's 1950, so she should be doing that. That's like how things were back then. You know, you find a nice man, you get married, you keep house, you have kids. But she loves to take pictures. She's a photographer, and she loves taking pictures. And her dad meets this woman and falls in love with her, and her name is Annalise. And you know right away that this is the Huntress. And she's escaped Europe and she's now in the US, and she's trying to fit in and blend in so she's not found, which you can totally tell from, if you know anything about World War II history, that happened a lot, where a lot of Nazi war criminals had gone away from Europe, come here, come a whole bunch of other places to hide, so they wouldn't go on trial for their crimes. So you know that she's the Huntress. And Jordan has suspicions about her, but Annalise is such a good manipulator. I mean, it's really good to watch her manipulate Jordan and her dad to, you know, believe all of her lies. But you kind of know, who she is. And then you have the perspective of Ian, who is in Vienna, and he has started his own little company kind of thing, or like agency, I guess he calls it, with his friend Tony, and they search for minor Nazi war criminals. Like, this is after the Nuremberg trials had already happened and stuff like that, so they're finding other small fish that still need to be brought to trial for their crimes, but nobody has been able to find yet. So him and Ian and Tony are searching for her. Like, she is the main one they want to find because she killed Tony's brother during the war. So there's the tie-in there. And so he's trying to find her. And so you see him over in Vienna and Europe trying to find little clues to find her because she was very good at covering her tracks. And then you have Nina, Nina comes in during Ian's perspective, and Nina is Ian's wife, but he only married her so she could get passage to the United States and be a citizen. He thought that she was Polish and she was injured during the war, and he met her in a hospital, but she was there when the Huntress killed Ian's brother, and she escaped, and Ian's brother saved her so she could escape. And these aren't really spoilers. You learn this like literally in the first 50 pages, as you're getting to know these characters and why they're doing what they're doing. And so he felt sorry for Nina, and he also felt grateful because she knew his brother and was able to tell him what happened to him. So he marries her so she could go to the US and get citizenship and get away and out of Europe. So she comes back because they were supposed to get divorced like a couple years ago and they never did. So she comes back and she wants to help them find the Huntress because she fucking hates her. And she has learned English now, and then come to find out, she was like, no, you thought I was Polish. I'm really Russian. I'm not Polish. I'm Russian. So the alternative, the third perspective, is Nina back in the early 40s, starts in like 37, but goes into the early 40s during the war, and tells Nina's story of how she got, I'm assuming it's going to go all the way and tell how she got to where she is now, and go through how she ended up around the Huntress and like what happened like as she got up. Nina is by far my favorite character. She is so sassy and foul-mouthed, and oh god, she's amazing. I absolutely love her. There is bi representation, and it is clearly on page. Like, it's not a spoiler because I don't think sexuality should be a spoiler, but Nina is bisexual. I would almost say she's demisexual to a point because she doesn't care about the sex. She's more of the person. She's more of the person. So, you know, she has been with male on page, and she had a very deep relationship with a female on page, and it is right there on page, sex and all. The sex isn't very explicit. It's kind of fade to black, or it's like, but it's clearly they are sexual relationships. So I love that, especially with it taking place in the 40s and 50s where that was very frowned upon. I just love Nina. Nina gives no fucks. She knows what she wants. Like, her story is the best by far, and I absolutely love her. So this was, I think, a really good choice. Like, I've been wanting to read more historical fiction, fall and winters, when I do love to read historical fiction, and I'm really into this. And, you know, 50 pages a day, I'm almost halfway through, so we're doing good. So there's that. And then today I started A Darker Shade of Magic because this is my booktube darling that I need to read this month. I'm 60 pages in. It's a really fast read. I read it a little bit this morning and I'm really enjoying it so far. So that one I'll probably pick up later since I'm done with my Huntress pages for today. But yeah, like, that's what I'm reading. I'm going to try not to make this a really long reading vlog and only give updates when I've read something. But yeah, I wanted to check in. Those are the books I'm currently reading. I'm hoping to get A Darker Shade of Magic finished this week so that I can continue my reading. Like, if I'm starting to get a roll going, I want to keep this roll going. But anyways, that's it, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Has it been a few days since I updated? Yes. Is this lighting terrible? Also, yes. Have I been reading? Kind of, yes. Did my daughter have a basketball game today that I forgot to film anything for? Yes. Is this vlog going to be complete trash? Yes. So, reading update. Darker Shade of Magic. I am on page 160 about. Really enjoying it. It's kind of an odd series. Like, stuff is happening, but I can tell this is going to be a very character-driven story, which I'm fine with because I'm enjoying it. It's very, very readable. The world is, I really like the world. It's really different, like with the different Londons and the magic and stuff like that. I'm really enjoying it. This is actually my first V.E. Schwab. So I guess it's a good one to start with. And I prefer adult over young adult anyways, so I don't know, so far so good. And The Huntress is over there. I'm not going to grab it. I am on page 347, so almost 350, so I only have about 150 pages left or so left of that book, so that should be done in the next day or two, because we're reading about 50 pages a day. We got kind of hung up in the middle because, you know, work and kids and, you know, Cindy is a nurse and works 12-hour shifts and stuff like that. So there's a couple of days where we didn't read it all, but still enjoying that one. Nina is still my favorite character by far. She's absolutely amazing. I love her. Like, I would read a book just about her. She is one of the best characters I think I've ever read in a long time. I really, really love her character. And it's getting good. That one has been a really long slow burn. It's one of those slow burn books where, you know who the Huntress is, like, right from the get-go and what she's doing, and the people hunting her and the backstories is just a very slow burn to get there. And I like that it's a World War II book, but it's what happens after, and, like, what happened after World War II, and not just about, you know, the fighting and, like, what happened during the war, which is really interesting. I mean, you get a little bit of flashbacks in Nina's perspective of during the war, but not like, you know, the Nightingale, which was all during the war. And the entire war almost. And with this one, it's more of the aftermath of the war. But I'm enjoying both. Still have only read one book this month. Definitely these two will get finished, so at least I've read 3. I'm not sure what I'm going to pick up next. I want to try to have 2 going at once, and I'm still doing good with at least reading 50 pages a day. And since I started A Darker Shade of Magic, I didn't read A Darker Shade of Magic yesterday. I don't think I just read The Huntress, but I'm trying to read at least 50 pages a day. So today I read, about 100 pages in A Darker Shade of Magic, because I was only on page, like, 60-ish before. Or no, maybe I was up. No, I was on page, never mind, I lied. It's about 60 or 70 pages today, because I was on page, like, 90. I just didn't update my Goodreads of A Darker Shade of Magic. So I read about 70 pages of this, and I read my 50 in The Huntress. So I'm trying to do at least 50 pages a day of both. And if I can't read The Huntress because Cindy can't read, then I'm definitely reading at least 50 in A Darker Shade of Magic. And then whenever one finishes first, which I'm sure will be The Huntress, unless I just go on a tear and finish Darker Shade of Magic, I got to figure out what to read next. And I want to try to read at least 2 books at a time. I think that'll help. You know, like if I read at least 50 pages a day from each book, it'll try to get it going and hopefully kickstart. And if I find something that really engages me to where I just want to keep reading, I'll read more than just 50. But I'm trying to keep my reading up. It's just still struggling, but I feel better and feel like I'm doing better than I did in October. I feel the urge to read is a little bit more there. Like, I was binge watching TV and I actually stopped and was like, I want to read for a bit. And I read the 70 pages in A Darker Shade of Magic. So it's good. And there's no football tomorrow because my team's on a bye. So I should get some reading done tomorrow. Should being the key word in that sentence. But yeah, that's my little update. I'm a really trashy vlogger. I'm literally sitting in the same spot as I was in the first clip. The only thing that's changed is my shirt. Still look a hot mess. The lighting is still shit. No, I think maybe the lighting was better in my last one. Maybe it was daytime. It's nighttime now, so. I'm not the best vlogger in the world. I think I'm going to take a break and watch some more Joe Kenda because he's fucking awesome. And just lay here. I have to go to bed soon anyways. I have to work at 3 in the morning, so Sundays are one of my early start days. So at least I got a good chunk of reading done today. Read about 170 pages, or not 170, I can't count apparently. 120 pages today. So that's still good. I mean, at least I got some reading done that's better than what I was doing in October. I'm not sure when I'm going to end this vlog. Probably I'll end it the day that I end up editing it and posting it. So probably Tuesday. Today's Saturday. So we got a couple more days. Hopefully I can finish something. Probably will be able to finish The Huntress by then. Because The Huntress, I have about 150 left. So that's 3 days, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, I might be able to finish The Huntress. Or maybe I'll just really dive into Darker Shade of Magic tomorrow. But I guess we'll see. Hi, so this is my third update for this really shitty vlog. But yeah, like I've been kind of busy and kind of just not wanting to do much of anything. I'm not one of those people who get seasonal depression. Usually if I get seasonal depression, it's in the summertime because I'm a true Washingtonian. I love the wind, the rain, the cold. Like I love wearing hoodies and jeans and like I hate the summer. I hate being hot. I don't like being all sweaty and uncomfortable. So it's unusual for me to get depressed in the winter. Usually the fall and the winter is when like I'm the happiest and at my best. But there's been other stuff going on that's kind of like just kind of made me just want to lay around and do nothing. And so I haven't been reading as much. So it's not necessarily a slump because of what I'm reading. This is more of like I just don't feel like it. And I can't concentrate enough to focus. So that's why I've been really shitty with the vlogging. But I have been reading some. I finished The Huntress by Kate Quinn. So this is book number 2 finished for the month. And we are on November 19th. So we're really being stellar right now. So, but I did finish this one. I'm not going to give too much about it, only because then my wrap up will be like 2 minutes. I'm hoping to read more, but yeah, this was good, but not great, I guess. April from Getting Hygge With It DNF'd it. I enjoyed it enough not to DNF it. It's very engaging. Nina is the best character, and I would read a book all about Nina. I absolutely love her. She is one of the best characters in the entire book. But I'm going to set this down. It's hurting my arm. But yeah, it was good. I gave it 3 stars. It's definitely not the best. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. The thing with this book is that it's over 500 pages and it easily could have been told in like 300, 350. Like you could have easily cut 150 pages out. There was a lot of filler and I think some of it was trying to be character development, but it wasn't necessary. Like it didn't need to be there. And that I think really bothered me because I buddy read it. I buddy read it with my subscriber, Cindy. She was very kind and reached out to me after my wrap up video and asked me if I wanted to buddy read something, and which I think I said that in the other clip. And so I said yes, and this is the one that we picked and we decided on. And it's one that's been on my TBR for a while and I've wanted to read it. So I'm glad I have it read now. But it was just, there was a whole bunch of buildup and then the climax wasn't that great. It was like, all right. Like, I mean, it ended the way you expected it to end, but I wanted more action. I wanted it to be a little bit more gritty, especially with the character, the Huntress, and like how nasty she is. Like, I don't know, I just wanted it to be a little more. And it was focusing on other things when that is supposed to be the main focus. It's still a good book, and it's still a really good historical fiction, and I do love that it's a World War II story. So I did enjoy it, 3 stars. Like, it's not going to be like one of my favorites, and I probably won't go and read her other book, The Alice Network, because it's just as big, and if she's more filler than actual plot, then I probably won't. But yeah, I am also reading still A Darker Shade of Magic. I am about 160 pages into this. I don't know why I haven't picked this up the last couple of days because I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely very character-driven over plot-driven, which is fine, and I've heard that about the series, but it's just so compulsively readable. I just haven't been in the reading mood, but it's not that I don't want to pick it up. I just haven't been in the reading mood, and it's pretty good. I enjoy Kel. I enjoy Lila. I haven't got to know Rhys very well. Yeah, that's his name, Rhys. Rice. No, R-H-Y-S. I think it's pronounced Rhys. Haven't got to know him very well, but I love that he's gay or bi. But yeah, I'm enjoying this, and I think it's going to be good and good enough to where I'm going to want to continue the series. So that's always a good thing, but it's also a shitty thing because now I've started a new series. But I am enjoying it. It's very easy to read. And And I'm definitely should get it finished by the end of the month. This shouldn't be an issue. I just need to buckle down and read. But today's Tuesday, and Tuesdays are hard days for me because I work a graveyard Tuesday night, every Tuesday night. And with everything going on in my personal life and stuff like that, like I'm home alone. My husband's at work. My kids are at school. I've got about 2 hours until my kids get home. And I really just want to sit and watch all the YouTube videos I'm behind on and just sit and chill. And it's like I'm too restless to sit and read because it'd be too quiet. And yeah, it's just one of those things where I just kind of feel off. But then after my graveyard tonight, then I'm off until Saturday. So I should be able to easily get some reading done. Hopefully, I say that. And then I got to figure out what to read next because I'm almost done with the audiobook of Clockwork Prince, which is carried over from last month. I am still reading The Gifted School. I'm like just over 100 pages into that, but that one's kind of slow going and I haven't DNF'd it. It's also very character driven and that is a thick bitch and it's going to take me a while to get through, especially with the mind frame that I'm in right now. It's not something I can sit and just binge. So I'm kind of like looking around trying to find like something. My eyes keep getting drawn to Gideon the Ninth, and I know I really want to read Gideon the Ninth. But on the other hand, it's like I've heard that it's a tough read and really confusing. Like, do I really want to do that to myself? Probably not, but I'm just drawn to it. Like, I want to read it. I really want to read Ninth House too, but I am saving that for next month. Maybe I should pick up the stupid Riley Sager so I have something to rant about in my wrap up because I'm sure I'll rant about it because it's not a Riley Sager book if I don't rant about it. Because, I mean, I've been a really shit mom. Like, I haven't read any of the books my daughter has chosen for me. Not to one. I did start Kill Creek. Let's see, how far did I get into Kill Creek? Sorry. How far did... Okay, I got like 50 pages into Kill Creek. While I liked it, and I liked where it was starting, and it was a really good start, I just wasn't in the mood. So I set it aside. And it's not the book's fault. Like, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not DNFing it officially. I didn't even mark it as currently reading on Goodreads because I wasn't sure if I was in the mood to read it or not. And I'm just not, and I hate deckled edges. And I just wasn't in the mood to read it. So I'm just going to set it aside for now. Looking at what she has, like the 2 Book of the Month books that she chose for me, they're both thrillers. I think Lock Every Door will be easy to get through or a slog depending. So I think I may read that one just so that that one should be a quick read because I mean, Darker Shade of Magic, which isn't that big, but I mean, The Huntress, I mean, it was big. That was 500 pages. So yeah, those are like my reading plans. Not sure what I'm going to read next. I need to finish A Darker Shade of Magic and I'm hopefully finish The Clockwork Prince on audio. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this really short and shitty vlog. Again, I apologize for my lack of content and lack of decent content in the last couple of weeks, like pretty much month. I'm just really in a funk and I'm still present. I still want to be a part of this community. I'm still reading, just albeit slowly. But I'm just struggling to find stuff that I want to do. Like, none of the tags are really appealing to me. My reading vlogs are usually not that bad and they're usually pretty decently viewed. But like, again, this week, I have this as only my 3rd clip and I've only read a small amount and I haven't really done anything that would warrant also vlogging to make this vlog longer. So again, I apologize for the short vlog and not the great content the past couple of weeks. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully my next video should be my December TBR. And I'm thinking I'm going to try maybe to, if I can remember, to try to vlog every week. Kind of like how Murphy does, where they're usually very short and it's literally all she does is reading updates with maybe a couple of clips in the middle between the start of the vlog and the end of the vlog, like opening clip, closing clip in the middle. She'll put in little things of stuff they did instead of updating every day. I kind of like her style in that, to where you still get the content, you still get to interact, but it's not like an hour-long vlog where you're updating everything you do every day. You know, maybe take one like that in kind of her way and kind of mix it up. But yeah, I'm kind of still working on it. I'm trying. It's been a rough couple of months. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.